Hey Jacob, obviously no Christian Bentki. It's just occurred to me, what have you learned from Christian Bentki? What a great person to be playing with if you're a young player and you've got Christian Bentki. What have you learned that you're applying as you try to lead this team right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, big shoes to fill with Christian out. Christian and Baji, they both do a really good job for me. An area of my game that I want to improve on is my aerial duels and my hold-up play. And both guys are really well equipped in both those in that area. So, trying to get little pointers about how to win an aerial duel or how to make it more difficult for the center backs, especially when we play a bit more direct. Those are some things that I try to pick up from both those guys.
And you scored a goal in the cup with the left foot. Are you going to do one for the right foot on tomorrow night?
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah. But how do we, obviously right now you do a great job defending and getting the point in both matches, the last two matches. But what do you see as the key to unlocking the potential of this offense?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, when you look at it, I think last game at Nashville on the road, we did a really good job to be organized and not give away too much. And then obviously Luis and our back line did an incredible job to keep the clean sheet and, get a hard-earned point on the road. Building now to the Charlotte game, we think about a bit more of with the ball, how we can get our wingbacks maybe a bit higher to progress the ball into the final third, into the attacking half so we can generate some more clear-cut chances.
But what about at this point of the season to be in a knockout competition? What does that do for you guys mentally? Because you're on a fault line. It doesn't go well, it ends for you tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is what we love to play for. It gives us an opportunity to play for a cup, and I think it's been since 2013 that the club's progressed past the round of 16 in the Open Cup, and that was the year that we won. So, we're looking to do the same thing. It gives us a lot to play for, and, we're really excited. The Open Cup means a lot to DC, and it's a big part of our history. So trying to bring that back to DC United will be great.
So, thank you.
Next, we'll go to Donald Wine.
Thank you. Hey, Jacob, thank you for your time today. With Christian out, I know we've had some games where you've kind of been out a little bit on the wing, and then now with Benteke and Baji likely out, would you operate more in a central role? And what is the difference in the role that you have to play when you're out in the wing versus maybe playing more of a 9 in the central role?
Yeah, no, I think with Christian and Baji out, it opens up a little bit of an opportunity for me to slide in as the 9, play more in that central role. I think a lot of my pro career so far I've played as, a pocket player or a winger. That's not necessarily my skill set by trade. I'm more naturally number 9, and so this is the most comfortable position that I'm in to try and slide into to fill these big shoes that have been left with an injury, and so. I'm learning as it goes. These are my first few matches as a 9 in my early career, so trying to learn as much as possible, but also just be myself and do as much as I can to help the team win.
And when you're looking at a team like Charlotte, obviously you played Charleston, you'd seen them before in the preseason before you hit them in the Open Cup. This is a team that DC United is a little bit more familiar with. How do you approach this game, and do the players kind of make it? Does it feel a little bit weird maybe to face an MLS team this early in the competition that may not be, it's not for league points obviously, but it's still an important match?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at the competition, the teams left, a lot of them are MLS teams, so I don't think it's necessarily weird to be playing them in a round of 16 game. Charleston obviously was a great opponent, but now playing an MLS team in this competition, it's going to be a bit more difficult. Also playing for a knockout game, it's going to be a tight game. Charlotte is very compact defensively. So, trying our best to break them down and staying strong in our back line and defensively to get another clean sheet, but then also generate some offense to score a few goals and, get the result.
Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, from Zoom, Jacob.
Jacob, just you guys kind of talked a little bit about it with Benteke and Baji out, and new pieces just kind of moving. You move into a more comfortable spot, like you mentioned. Is it just kind of a time thing to start seeing these goals come for you guys? Because with it being 3 matches without a goal for you guys, is it just because there's so many moving pieces, you guys are still trying to figure out that identity offensively?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've tightened things up at the back, which has been great for us to, get clean sheets 3 out of the last 4, and that's always going to help us earn points whether that's, the last game it was a tie. But in general, if we keep clean sheets, the goals are going to come, and they're going to come, and we're going to get results. So for us, yeah, I mean, there's moving pieces. It's all a little bit new. Like, this is, like I said, a spot that I haven't played the majority of my pro career. So, getting a bit more comfort and connection with some of the players. I think, like, even in training today, I feel a bit more connection with some of the guys and connecting and playing off each other. But I think as a group, we're just building. We did a lot with the ball today. So I think you're going to see a group that's more confident with the ball and progressing the ball into the attacking half. And then hopefully the chances come and we score some goals and win the game.
Does it just feel like for you guys it's like just waiting for those floodgates to open when it comes to the offensive side and just kind of breaking the streak of no goals for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're there for us to score. I think at the end of the game versus Nashville, have an opportunity that breaks out, and I would have loved to put it on target and finish it off for the team. But I think that the goals are going to come. I think we're confident in the build that we've set up today out of goal kicks and in their attacking half that we're going to generate more chances, and as we generate more chances, the goals are going to come. We have the quality in the final third.
How big is it for this club and some of you guys that might not have played in playoff scenarios or played in the MLS playoffs to have this round of 16 and a chance to advance something that you and Coach mentioned hasn't happened in 12 years, 2013. Just how great is it that you guys have these situations in this U.S. Open Cup to kind of, whether it's prepare yourself for hopefully what's down the road, which is the MLS playoffs, or just get you guys comfortable in these knockout stages?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, we're trying to change the trajectory of the club. And as we do that, the Open Cup has so much history with DC United and with us winning it in 2013. So, it's another opportunity to win the Open Cup, which is huge for the supporter group and for this club as a whole. But as we're trying to, really get the fans committed to what we're doing, this gives us another opportunity to present that for the fans.
And then Troy's been discussing how, it's an emphasis for him to educate you guys on the DC United history, but more specifically about Open Cup. As an American guy, one who's grown up in the area, do you have kind of like a first memory or your thoughts on the Open Cup before you became professional?
No, not necessarily like thoughts on it prior to being professional. My only memory right now with the Open Cup is the win against Charleston. So, just trying to build on the win that we had at Charleston. We're 1-0 so far in the Open Cup this season, my DC United career. So, trying to build off that, and hopefully we string together, the 5 wins to win it.
Cool. And then one more for me is the last time we played Charlotte was decision day last year. Obviously, it didn't work out in our favor that match. Does that add a different element to this match tomorrow? Does it add an extra bite?
Yeah, absolutely. I think last year, we lose on goal differential out to making the MLS playoffs, and Charlotte's the team that did it to us, 3-0 at home in front of our own fans. To not make the playoffs, definitely hurts. And I think it's something that we take personally, and to try and build off that and use that momentum and that energy against Charlotte rather, and try and win against them, and definitely some bite in that.